Hello and welcome to Channel 16's ongoing coverage of the 2015 World Police and Fire Games, the Games of Heroes. We're coming to you from the Athletes Village in the middle of beautiful Reston Town Center. I'm your host, Ken Elston. Yesterday, we brought you bodybuilding, ice hockey, and dragon boating. Today, we'll check out boxing, CrossFit, and flag football. And we'll meet the toughest competitor alive and find out about the volunteers who are helping make World Police and Fire Games a success. Police officers and firefighters aren't the only ones participating in the games this year. There are over 6,000 everyday residents who are actively involved. They are the World Police and Fire Games volunteers, and you'll see them just about everywhere. They're the ones in the blue and red 2015 World Games t-shirts. And while the athletes might get most of the recognition, it's the hard work and dedication of these volunteers that has made this year's event such a success.
Only a half hour?
Yeah, that was enough. It was just insane.
My name is Diana Roth. I'm the Director of Volunteer Services for the World Police and Fire Games. So I'm involved in the entire operation for the volunteer workforce, whether it comes to the recruitment, the retention, the training, uniforming, scheduling and assigning. Volunteer planning for the games started about a year ago. There's all different levels of volunteer support, and we need every different type of volunteer, from the behind the scenes, those that register the volunteers, register the athletes, do the uniform distribution, food and beverage, logistical support.
90 seconds, go!
Announcers, officials, referees, field of play volunteers, and then we have what we call spectator ambassadors, which you'll see while you're out there today. They're waving giant foam fingers and they're telling everybody where to go and what to do in order to be able to see all these events.
It's really very well organized. We have plenty of people. We've had a smooth influx of volunteers coming in to get credentialed. Met some people from other countries, so it's been great.
We estimated that we would need 4,000 volunteers to put this all together. We successfully recruited 6,000 volunteers. Everybody's doing something, yes. So we are well where we need to be successful, yes.
So for the CrossFit event, we've been helping with taking down and setting up anywhere we're kind of needed. And then with the volleyball, we've been actually, helping out with the scorekeeping as well as retrieving the balls and stuff like that.
Giving out bottled water and giving out maps and big smiles on your faces. Of course, we need volunteers to do that, but we need technical support volunteers. We need people that have given up. They've taken a week vacation and they're giving their time. We need medical volunteers and doctors, nurses, athletic trainers.
As a medical volunteer, I basically am watching for any injuries, any new injuries that come on, treating any injuries that are coming over from the sport itself. Today we've had a lot of hand injuries because of their blisters and stuff because of the bars. We have people who are trained in first aid and safety. We have people who are trained as far as registered nurses, ATCs or athletic trainers who work with athletes on a normal basis.
The volunteers really help make it run smoothly.
For me as a volunteer, it's a great event to be at.
The caliber of individual that has come out to volunteer is just unbelievable. Beyond the athletes coming and beyond all the spectacle, it's the volunteer experience that's so key. And they're doing a great job. And I hope that they continue to give that service to Fairfax County after the games are over.
Volunteerism has played such an integral role in these games, and our guest today is Emily Swenson. She is the Acting Executive Director of Volunteer Fairfax, and she's going to talk to us today about all of these incredibly generous individuals. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ken. Glad to be here.
So let's get straight to the bottom line. How many volunteers are there for these games?
Just close to 6,000, just under 6,000. So it's amazing the support that's come out to support these games.
That really is incredible. It must be so challenging to bring all of that together, schedule all of that. How many do you have at a single event? You know, the opening ceremonies here at Athletes Village?
Opening ceremonies, we had about 200 volunteers. The Athletes Village, we got about 100. And each of the different events that we have, we've got contingents of volunteers going out to support that.
And are most of these local?
Actually, we have people who are friends and family who are international who've come, but the majority of folks are local from the Northern Virginia area and from Fairfax County.
And so what are these volunteers doing then?
They're everything from greeting individuals as they come to the different sporting events to helping with technology, helping with media, taking photos. There are doctors, there are medical folks that are helping out, as well as sportive play, individuals actually making the sports happen. So it's everything from the skilled to the non-skilled, and many professionals took off from their jobs to come and support these games this year.
So this is a multi-dimensional, varied group. And are people still signing up to do this, even though the games are coming towards their close?
So the great news is a month out of the games, we had all the volunteers we needed. So what we're asking is for people to come and actually be at the events to support the athletes and enjoy the different sporting events that are happening right now in our community.
And these are all free, so people can come out and do that without exception. And do you have any thoughts before we let you go on some of these volunteers and what they're doing?
Sure, they've been amazing, they've been wonderful. It's been great to see the support that they've had for this international contingent as well as our own community. We're hoping that this momentum will carry forward to people continuing to volunteer. We have our website, volunteerfairfax.org, which is a great place to come and find opportunities. Everything from, we have the Board of Elections looking for 3,000 volunteers for the elections that are coming in November to and all kinds of things going on in our community. Volunteer Fest in October. Lots of great things that people can harness this energy and make a real difference in our community in an ongoing way.
Well, it's very important, and the work you're doing is very important. Emily Swenson, thank you so much for joining us today. And we want to be sure to send out a special shout out of thanks to all of the volunteers for our World Police and Fire Games. Now, to be a first responder, whether as a firefighter or a police officer, you have to be in top physical shape and have lots of stamina. However, the competitors you're about to meet take physical fitness and endurance to a whole new level. They competed in 8 demanding events over the course of just one day. The goal? To be crowned the toughest competitor alive.
We're at Westfield High School today because we are doing the toughest competitor alive. We're on day 3 of 4, and we've got all these competitors worldwide that have come together over the 4 days to have an opportunity to compete. It's called toughest competitor alive for a reason. So they start with a 5K, they move over to a shot put after they've done that, then they go to a 100-meter dash, then they're asked to move over to Cub Run where we were able to do their 100-yard swim. Then they come back to Westfield High School for their rope climb, and then they head over for a bench press, a pull-up, and then they finish the day with an obstacle course, which has multi-facets within it. We have over 200 competitors total, and those are obviously comprised of firefighters and police individuals, and they stem from all over the world. I mean, Croatia, Kazakhstan, Spain, Finland, Sweden, I could go on and on, like the list is over, I think, 20 countries. What we've got is over the 4 days, it's broken into gender and age brackets. So our first day was women and masters, which was men 50 and older. Our second day was men from 40 plus. Today we've got men 18 to 34 competing. Tomorrow is the teams. So we've got doubles, and then we've also got teams of 4 that'll be competing, and that'll be the 4th and final day of toughest competitor alive.
Firefighters need to stay fit. We have to save people, we have to carry people, we have to work with heavy tools, we have to carry our own gear. If you're not safe, you can't do that job. Today, hardest was swimming, definitely. Yeah. But the easiest, yeah, I've been running marathons, so running was easy. 5Ks, I was good on that one.
When I first got hired in the department about 4 years ago, and I first learned that the county was going to be hosting the games, and it was going to be here in our backyard, slowly started training and working up basically until this past year, kind of training pretty hard, definitely over this past few months to prepare and get ready for it.
Well, there's a reason why it's TCA Toughest Competitor Alive, because it really is. You have to train, because if not, these guys will eat you alive. A lot of running, a lot of dedication, And the things that you're not good at, you want to train more. Things that you kind of know you already can do, you kind of keep that to the side and then train as you go with that. You don't want to be best at one thing and then kind of not good at other things. You want to be overall kind of in the mix of everything, so you're up there. So that's my goal, is just to be in the mix, and then hopefully eventually towards the last 3 events, kind of pull away.
I'm born and raised in Fairfax County, and I come from a family of public servants. My dad is actually here volunteering, and he's a retired Fairfax County police officer. My mom's worked human resources for Fairfax County and Arlington County. My brother is a former Marine and currently a deputy with the Fairfax County Sheriff's Department. So getting a chance to represent not only my fire department, my station, and my family's, it's a dream come true.
I have the benefit of being married to a 3rd-generation Fairfax County firefighter, so my husband and his father and the grandfather, so all 3 were really instrumental. It's been amazing. It's been a family affair, and we're just really, really honored to have the opportunity to just display and showcase what all of these individuals have been working so hard for. And to have it here in Fairfax County is fantastic. Obviously, we're local in Virginia, and I mean, we've had people from the county be able to come out and compete here within Toughest Competitor Live and the other events occurring here at the Fairfax Games, and it's just been a real, real honor.
Inside the ring, boxers need strength, endurance, skill, and speed to outwit their opponents. And over 100 boxers from all over the world will be giving their best punch as they go for gold in the women's and men's boxing competition held at George Mason University's Center for the Arts.
Well, tonight is the first night of boxing. We have scheduled for 3 nights, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We have over 100 fighters scheduled, so we're having about 17, 18 fights a night. Tonight's the first night, so it's a lot of excitement because we're getting our timing down. The fights are going great. Good sportsmanship. It's just a lot of excitement with the crowd. People are starting to filter in, so it's a very good showing for the first night. Well, the fights, we have different categories. We have novice fighters, which have less than 5 fights. They fight 3 2-minute rounds. And then we have intermediate is another 10 or less fights, the same 3 2-minute rounds. Open fighters have 25 or less. They go 3 3-minute rounds. And then Division II fighters, open class, fight 3 3-minute rounds, 25 more fights under their belt.
Hands up! If he wants to fight slow, you fight a little.
I decided to sign up for boxing because it's, the sport's always been a passion. And when I seen that I had the opportunity to compete in a world event, I just jumped on the opportunity as fast as I could.
Double jab after you go under. That's it.
Training's intense. We put in, 7-8 miles, 3 days a week on the road. We're jumping rope. We're doing sprints, we're doing bag work, shadow boxing, working with my coach on, on the mitts, and most importantly, having good sparring partners, ones that can beat you up a little bit, take you into the deep rounds, and make you be able to push and make yourself a little tougher than you thought you could be. It's hard to say what my strengths are because I tend to focus more on what my weaknesses are so I could try to correct them, but I think that the biggest strength I have is going to be, mental.
There you go, John.
I love boxing just because it's a pure art to me, and it's just one of those things that you can never understand until you actually do it yourself and realize exactly what goes into it.
There you go. There you go, John. Try to set up the right hand. There you go.
The games are great. I didn't realize how big the games were until, the opening ceremony where you had thousands of people out over there, but it's good to bring, culturally, bring everybody together, from all different walks of life, and to, just be able to unite for one big fun week. So we're in to win it.
Extreme sports tests your strength, endurance, and most importantly, your will. Some say that CrossFit is the ultimate test, challenging the perfect athlete, and these heroes are up for the challenge.
CrossFit kind of punishes the specialist, but it favors the person that has an all-around general physical fitness. So the skills you need to do this are actually to be a little above average in a bit of everything. So if you don't want to specialize in endurance because maybe your strength then won't be as good, but if you're really, really strong and that's all you work on, your endurance probably isn't good. You need the gymnastics skill, the weightlifting technique, so you got to be a little bit good at everything.
Yeah, it's a lot of endurance. You have to have the strength, but mainly the endurance. You can look around and try to size some people up, but that doesn't really matter. I mean, this was a lightweight, so it really comes down to your endurance and your just work capacity, your heart to want to keep going.
It's kind of a mixture of functional fitness, so it's good endurance, good cardio, but at the same time being able to move weight with that. That's what makes it such a great sport to cross-train firefighters and police officers, because we're not just doing running or just doing weightlifting, we're always doing cardio with some weight involved. You know, whether it's the uniforms that we're wearing or the fire hose that we're carrying. Police and firefighting are kind of an extreme job category. You have to have that heart and that desire to be in that category, and CrossFit's kind of the same way. It's kind of that extreme sport. It keeps us in really good functional shape for our jobs, but we're all kind of type A competitive, I think, in the end, and CrossFit lends to that.
You just don't think. You just, sometimes you listen to the crowd and you just keep going. You just grab the bar, move your body and keep going.
You're just trying to think, like, you know what I mean? If I'm not fighting for that extra rep, somebody else is, and every time you're not working hard and leaving everything you've got out there, somebody's passing you. So you want to walk away from it knowing that you had nothing left to give, because if you didn't give your best, then it wasn't that good for you.
That is where that firefighting and kind of police mentality kicks in of, you know, you've got a job to do and it doesn't matter how tired you are, you just got to get up there and do it. And this is where your good training also comes in. So, you know, my goal is you know that once you get started, the end is in sight, and that's it. And so that's what you just keep thinking. I've just got to push through, push as hard as I can, and get through this event, and that's the end.
If you're a police or firefighter, military, you have to put yourself every day on a task. Like, you have to do things that you are afraid to do. You have to go and risk your life, and it requires some mental toughness, and CrossFit requires it too, because it's always hard. Even to the champion, it's hard because he's doing his best. He's amazing, but he is feeling pain and keep going. And we need to know how to deal with, to keep going even if you're feeling pain.
Labeled the underdog, can a local team knock off a top seed to defend their home turf? Oakton hosts our first responders in the World Police and Fire Games Flag Football Tournament.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. It's the Olympics for us first responders. It's huge. It's a chance to bring all these different agencies together. We're a brotherhood. Red, blue, it doesn't matter. We're a brotherhood, and that's why we're here.
Any team sport, the fire service has that fraternal order of just people who we all just kind of group around each other. We have hard times, we have good times, but I think at the end of the day we have each other's back, whether that's on the gridiron, the football field, on the fire ground, or in the classroom. So we all just try to stick together and make sure we have each other's back.
play a touch game back home, so it's a little bit different. Flagging is different for us and blocking, but we've played it in previous World Police Fire games, so we're familiar with it now.
From California, from Finland, from Russia. I mean, it was a great opportunity to see everyone to come together to enjoy the games.
Number 4. We won. We're the number 7 seed. We just beat the number 2 seed coming down from New York. So I'm thrilled. I'm happy. This is our home. You know, our home. We're Fairfax. So we're going to try to represent the best we can.
Leave it all on the field today.
Next, we're grabbing our paddles and heading to Sterling, Virginia. Our heroes are battling it out at Smash Table Tennis, where competitors must combine math and athleticism in order to reign supreme.
Usually we train once a week in our department headquarters. So we just exaggerated a little bit. So we daily in the end we practice daily, almost daily. That's like it.
When I was in first year high school, I joined the table tennis because it's fun, because of its complexity in the sport, where you need analytical skills. You apply math in it, like the angle, how to hit it on the other side of the table, where you use specific angle in order for you to hit the ball to the other side of the court.
We usually participate in World Fire and Police Games every other year. Last time I was in Ireland, Belfast. This time I was in Fairfax, Virginia.
Great. We have a great atmosphere, like friendly policemen and firefighters coming from all over the world.
You mean? Yeah, it's good. It's a great opportunity to come, all the law enforcement officers to come here and like be together, know each other, and share our experience. That's a good experience.
Yes, I'm professional table tennis, and I think very nice tournament, but very strong players, and more Chinese, Hong Kong, Singapore. I think very good players. It's here. Atmosphere is very nice. It's very friendly atmosphere. Really good.
Just our main objective is compare and participate in the games. But we are routinely once a week we are practicing. And we'll do our best.
Atmosphere is super. It's very friendly. National. All the people is smile, is happiness.
The competition continues in this year's World Police and Fire Games, and each athlete is vying for the #1 spot in their respective sport. Here's a look at the game results, as well as a list of the upcoming events. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for tuning in to Channel 16. You can watch us on Cox, Comcast, or Verizon cable systems, or on live streaming at fairfaxcounty.gov/cable. Click on live streaming. Be sure to join us tomorrow night and Thursday night from 7:30 to 8 p.m. for more from the 2015 World Police and Fire Games. Stay tuned now for a replay of Friday night's opening ceremonies. I'm Ken Elston. Good night.